Whatever you concentrate on or focus on determines the reality you perceive. Therefore, the universe can be literally thought of as your own thought, frozen into physical matter, pure divine energy transformed into physical reality. A universe faithfully and lovingly mirroring back to you whatever your own thoughts and beliefs are about it, regardless of which polarity your current beliefs fall into, fear or love. It would then be of great benefit and value to actually think about what you are thinking about. Learn to change your thought, learn to change your reality. Learn to become aware of what you are thinking. Then always choose the highest thought, anything else just leads back into the illusion. It is the path out of fear and darkness. We are here to become conscious co-creators with all that is. Once you change one thought and experience firsthand that your reality does actually change, there is no going back. And that is a truth nobody can ever take from you. A truth that comes from inside, no books or religions needed. The Anunnaki can see and operate within our possible past, present, and future realities simultaneously. Combined with their calculative strategy, they are thus capable of engineering very complicated and far-ranging manipulations of a hyperdimensional nature. This manipulation's communication is at the level of thought, creativity, humor, and within the human race. Anunnaki Team Light is trying to lead us into the light and to evolve into higher realms of consciousness. They have given mankind the inspiration to understand agriculture, architecture, mathematics, music, culture, sacred geometry, art, physics of light and sound, etc. Team Dark Anunnaki represent a negative polarity. They work to let humanity experience their own dark thought forms in the flesh, so they may be healed and cleansed, in hopes the initiate will choose love over fear this time, thus freeing themselves of that dark thought form, by transmuting that dark thought form energy frequency into its higher octave, love. Anu, elder leader of the Anunnaki, said, "While fates we decreed, the hand of destiny at every step directed. The will of the Creator of all is, on earth and for earthlings, only emissaries are we. The earth to the earthlings belong, to preserve and advance them we were intended. Whatever destiny for the earth and earthlings, let it so be. If man, not Anunnaki, to inherit the earth is destined, let us destiny help. Give mankind knowledge, secrets of heaven and earth them teach. Laws of justice and righteousness teach them, then depart and leave. Sitchin, Z. Once you have done the weeding out of the fear out of your own belief system, which could be viewed as raising your frequency, at some point when you reach a threshold, you will be tested by spirit to see if you are a clean vessel. What this means in layman's terms is whatever baggage you have will be made manifest during this time, sink or swim time. Much like when Luke asks Yoda what's in the cave, Yoda replies, only what you take with you. This could be thought of as being taken to the darkest hidden areas of your own belief system. As Yoda said to Luke when he said he isn't afraid, Yoda replied, you will be. Fear and love are the only two choices you will have. Your thoughts and desires create reality. So, what is your choice? What future do you want? Will you create your future through fear or self-empowerment? Does your future include war with extraterrestrial beings? Would you prefer a future in which the powers that be continue their destructive, manipulative control through fear? Or do you prefer to choose peace, harmony, and the evolution of all beings, including TPTB? In other words, to help TPTB see another option by using his compassion and forgiveness for themselves and others. Do you believe we all have had enough of war, suffering, struggle, murder, destruction, and negative ego-driven power plays? Are you at a point in your belief where you can see each being as yourself and as an expression of God? Do you feel all can coexist in harmony, with equality and respect? Take back your real power, remember who you are, and use the power of love. When you are clear about the future you desire, state it out loud. Share it here with all who may see your point of view and may share that view. Put your intentions out into the airwaves, into the web waves, and make a difference for yourself. You count a great deal in the big picture. Choose the future you want to create. Choose now. And remember, not choosing is also a choice, but the way of the unconscious. We are multidimensional game players, and this particular game involves not only having a game characters, but to get the characters to realize they are in a game and also get the character to communicate with the game player. So that is step 1, but does not win the game. There are also game players whose role it is to interfere with the connection process in whatever way they are able to, so that the characters do not commune with the game players. It is important for the game players to understand the situation and the predicament that they are in, and then to sustain their self-awareness through a personal decision to do so. The game players are not in the game. The characters are, so yes, the characters in connecting with the game players, or the living programs connecting with the programmers, together co-create the environment, change the rules, etc. So the object of the game is to connect with the characters in the game, and then help the characters to change the nature of the game through that connection with the players, because the game players are also the game programmers and can change the properties of the game environment. And to begin to strengthen the foundation of their personal awakened sovereign reality to a level that any interferers, intentions or efforts to dislodge the connection will simply fall away and crumble into the illusion from which they are being propelled from. The self-awareness of the character is in realizing that she is actually the game player programmer on another level, and from this a partnership is formed which changes the whole nature of the game. Up until the time of realization, the character in the free will illusion merely responds to the environment and feels powerless, etc. to change anything much, has no awareness of the game player. The free will is a nuance to the game player, programmer, but a necessary one, because the name of the game has much to do with the character coming to this awareness through their own choice processes. I am sensing that it is important for the individuals who are awakening to lead by good example through their personal actions and behaviors and soulful intentions. Awakened awareness is quite contagious, and can potentially be encouraged to spread through humanity in an exponentially expanding wave of truthfulness and synergistic cooperation. Yes. Your point about the game players which play to make every effort to thwart this process from becoming an event. Once the character connects, then the interferers lose, but since it is an exceptional thing, celebrate. I must point out that the game players, both sides, are not themselves enemies, they are playing a game together. It could be that for every game player working to connect with the character, there is a game player finding ways to prevent this from happening, but when it does happen, then both game players work together with the new thing. I am feeling that I need to encourage and inspire people, including myself, to find ways that they can approach and touch the divine, and therefore commune with and personally experience the truth of their existence on a regular basis, which will help them become part of a new foundation of sovereign integral reality through their own journey. Yes, helping other to awake, as James underlines in the audios. So the game hasn't finished, the game player and the character then help other game players and characters to connect. The caterpillar is no less significant than the butterfly it will one day become in the Creator's eyes. Our 3D reality is only a cocoon, not a prison. I believe those 1111 number sequences are signs or cosmic winks from Spirit, first off to see if you are paying attention. Which in this case you obviously are. Q. Why is this done? What the caterpillar calls the end of the world, the master calls a butterfly. I believe the caterpillar more than likely sees the equivalent of 432s and 11:11s all throughout its reality to signal to it when the time has come for it to become a butterfly and to start to make its cocoon. The end of those cosmic synchronicity number sequences grow until the butterfly emerges. When those cosmic synchronicity begins showing up in your reality, you are close to freeing yourself from the mass consciousness and truly creating your own reality by learning thoughts do in reality create reality, and becoming responsible for your own mental energy, weeding out the fear from your own personal belief system. Regarding cosmic synchronicity, once one begins to pay attention, it will grow until there is no doubt something otherworldly is in communication with you. Then the real learning begins, winky face. Once a little boy was playing outdoors and found a fascinating caterpillar. He carefully picked it up and took it home to show his mother. He asked his mother if he could keep it, and she said he could if he would take good care of it. The little boy got a large jar from his mother and put plants to eat and a stick to climb on in the jar. Every day he watched the caterpillar and brought it new plants to eat. One day the caterpillar climbed up the stick and started acting strangely. The boy worriedly called his mother, who came and understood that the caterpillar was creating a cocoon. The mother explained to the boy how the caterpillar was going to go through a metamorphosis and become a butterfly. The little boy was thrilled to hear about the changes his caterpillar would go through. He watched every day, waiting for the butterfly to emerge. One day it happened, a small hole appeared in the cocoon and the butterfly started to struggle to come out. At first the boy was excited, but soon he became concerned. The butterfly was struggling so hard to get out. It looked like it couldn't break free. It looked desperate. It looked... Michael Enki Speaks. Everything was infiltrated by the light and dark. Team Good Cop and Team Bad Cop until the very first second we entered the age of Aquarius, December 21st, 2016. Now all the darkness is being drug out into the light. So humanity will understand why massive changes to the system are needed for mankind to become a galactic civilization. A system that benefits all, not just the top 1%. I believe the powers that be have done a good job brainwashing the masses into doubt and fear towards anything that goes against what they want you to believe. The United States of America, or more correctly, the Dark Cabal, are fighting first contact tooth and nail because it will be the end of their plan of a one-world government and their oil-based economy slavery system they have set up to keep the masses in a state of fight or flight, survival mode. The enlightened beings that are here, the Anunnaki, know all of this, and they know that if first contact is spun in a negative fashion, it could throw a lot of people into panic and fear, which will not be a pretty sight and would not have the desired outcome, which is for us to become a peaceful galactic society. So instead of just dropping from the sky, the Anunnaki, along with some enlightened humans, have begun to reveal to the masses the corruption and dirty deeds of our leaders. So, people will understand why massive changes to the system is needed. I believe it won't be long now. There was a meeting of galactic leaders as to why the Earth should be helped or not. There were a lot of quick judgment as to leaving the Earth and its inhabitants to their fates of doom and destruction. But there were also those who wanted to help, and they couldn't just come here to do it themselves the way they were because it would violate free will. So there was a test given even to these star beings. To be born here on Earth as humans, to be in their shoes so to speak, and if they gave in and were corrupted, the Earth shall be left to its destruction. If they could keep the light and awaken within this nightmare as humans, they can change things and bring about the golden age, so no free will would be breached because it would all be done from within enemy territory, from behind enemy lines. The ancients are now here and incarnated as humans. This is their planet and home just as much as any other. They have earned the right to call Earth their home. They have incarnated as humans into the human mass consciousness and adopted its belief system as their own reality countless times. All the fear, doubt, love, hopes, and dreams of the human mass consciousness would become their own belief system. It seems like many cosmic beings are now here in every way as humans and in every way imaginable. They have went under the veil like all other incarnating beings and forgotten their own true identities and divinity like we all must do. These cosmic beings would be plugged into the human mass mind at their moment of human birth, programmed right into their own DNA, just like every other soul. They would become totally human and forget their own divinity. Why would any being do that? To try and help in some way, anyway. Because if that human could return and rise up from the scum and smut, shed the negative thought forms of the human condition like old dried up snake skin ready to peel, ascend back into unity with the Creator. If one human can do it, any human can do it because we are all one. All it takes is to choose love over fear in every moment of your life, or at least the moments that really count, where your fears are being made manifest and are being tested. Tested because if the thought is of fear, it is not of God. Every time you experience synchronicity, you are being tested by Spirit. Will you notice? Will you process? Will you proceed? When cosmic synchronicity begins showing up in your reality, you are close to freeing yourself from the mass consciousness and truly creating your own reality by learning thoughts do in reality create reality, and becoming responsible for your own mental energy, weeding out the fear from your own personal belief system. Regarding cosmic synchronicity, once one begins to pay attention, it will grow until there is no doubt something otherworldly is in communication with you. Then the real learning begins. Winking face. I believe the Anunnaki set up an experiment long ago that would enable us each to experience our own thought forms at an accelerated rate. If they happen to be dark thought forms, well, then you will get a chance to meet your beliefs in the flesh to hopefully cleanse and heal them, transmuting that dark thought form energy frequency into its higher octave, love. The head trickster Yahweh, Enlil, told me, Michael, I work with the 7 Lords of Light and the 7 Lords of Darkness, and I am the only one who sits directly in the middle of these 2 dark and light side galactic councils. I am the only one who holds a seat on both sides, both dark and light. The dark spiritual role is to make sure nobody that gives their sovereignty, power, and energy away to illusionary outside sources makes it through the gate into the higher realms. The dark do this by dangling dark carrots to see if you will bite. It's all about self-inflicted suffering brought about through one's own free will, he told me. It can happen without your consent and permission, he said. The light side spiritual role is to see what kind of love and compassion you bring to any suffering that comes your way. Building walls is not the way. Yahweh, Enlil, is the only one who is a war and peace chief. If one needs a dark lesson, he is very okay with sitting back and watching it all unfold. If you reclaim your power and stop giving it away to the dark, he'll be the first to congratulate you. Fear is all Team Bad Cop has to work with. You can't tell if you are dealing with a light or dark dragon by their appearance, their sex, age, or their color. They look identical. The only way to tell a dark dragon from a light dragon is the dark always speak with a forked tongue. Dark dragons hoard their gold, wisdom, and wealth from humans and will kill any human who tries to enter their lair and take it away from them. Light dragons want to share their wealth and wisdom with humans. Do not give your energy, your power, your I am, your sovereignty away to counterfeiting trickster kings or any other illusionary outside sources. There are millions of ways to do so. How does one become rainbow, you ask? How does one cleanse and heal their 7 chakras, breaking the biblical 7 seals? Tune out, do not engage the 3D world, the outer 3D Burger King altar, at least that is what Sarah and I call it, LOL. Never give your energy, your power, your I am, your sovereignty away to a counterfeiting king. Never listen to anyone who tries to tell you to do something, anything that offends your soul, even if it's coming from me, he said. Be in this world, but not of it. Go inward, learn to master the observer mode state of consciousness. Observe only, do not react or engage to any outside 3D negativity. Do not peek out the blinds when you're inside your spiritual ark. Your spiritual cocoon, if you do, you will see and experience things that would drive any human insane. Do not follow the crowd up the crooked steps. Breathe and take your time. Focus on becoming your human butterfly new self. Become fearless and do not engage in the melodrama of the outer world. Let nothing sway your inner peace. Choose love relentlessly regardless of the outward appearance of things. Do not let the behavior of others destroy your inner peace. Our physical third-dimensional reality can be thought of as a school of sorts, for the soul to learn to use mental energy in a responsible way. Your beliefs, belief equals thoughts, feelings, and emotions, create your reality. In higher realms of consciousness, there is no time lag between the thought and the experience of that thought, so you can understand why it is so important to get a grip on your mental processes. If you harbor any negativity or fear, you will just create those situations endlessly, but there are always guides to help you out of your self-created prison. Nobody is ever left behind. All get it eventually, but in their own way and their own time. If your thought forms are of love and light, then those beliefs can manifest just as easily. Be mindful of where you place your thoughts, because there is a direct correlation between what you think and what you experience as your normal everyday physical reality and personal life. They are one and the same. We do not observe reality, we are interacting with it.